Hello, welcome again to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed, please quickly take a minute to um, click on the like button, I think the thumbs up button, and then click on subscribe, and then let's get to today's video. So today I'm going to be talking about how sometimes as we grow up we kind of like outgrow the mindset that our parents who we loved so dearly, the mindset that they trained us with, and how sometimes when we become adults we don't really relate with our parents, and as we used to while growing up. So a friend asked me this, and he asked me how possible it is, and I said yeah, it's very possible. And personally, I feel like I and my mom, especially yeah, my mom have as I grew up, I think this even began to happen even before I became a full-blown adult. We didn't really see things in the same way, especially societal things, and she would, I think she also kind of like also recognized that. So we didn't really have, we did have some conflicts initially, but over time I think she accepted that okay, this girl is just you know the way she is, and I'm like, okay, my mom is my mom, I love her so much, and she believes some things, and actually that is okay, and we just kind of just respect each other, and we just let the I think we just created boundaries unknowingly, and I feel like this happens to maybe a lot of us, and sometimes we do not really know how to handle it. And because a friend reached out to me and asked me this question, and I think she was just looking at her mom like she couldn't really relate and understand, and I think she couldn't reconcile that this woman that I love and respect so much, who nurtured me, how come we are not really seeing eye to eye on this topic and this topic and this topic. So I think it's totally really valid, and I think it's something worthy to talk about. I think it happens more, okay, not more, I don't have statistics for this, I think, but I see it happening a lot with moms and their daughters, where they just grow apart mindset wise, and there's really no wrong or right mindset. I just think that people want different things, and based on generations, like if you were born in a certain generations, there will be some things that you would hold on to more than the other things. I feel this is okay, it is totally okay, and I feel like it shouldn't really take away from the relationship in any way, as long as everybody accepts. Okay, so that the acceptance might be a little challenging, especially from the kind of culture that we come from. You can't really get your mom to start accepting stuff, so basically it's just really about you. And I feel like self-improvement generally is actually about you, not really about others. You're not supposed to try to change people or change people's minds. It's about you coming to respect your own self, your thoughts and your values, and then also accepting the fact that it is not all the time that people, even people that you love, will be on the same page with you, and that is okay. So I feel like if you can come to that point where you realize that okay, it's okay, I love this person, but we just don't agree on this topic, I think that is just the way forward. So you have to do what you have to do to keep your to keep yourself sane, to avoid conflict. So maybe you would have to maybe spend less time with your parents. And now I realize how that sounds. Okay, so I don't mean you should avoid your parents, I just mean that you should just find a way to live with them and to understand where they're coming from and understand them. This is just funny. Okay, I'm not going to edit this anyway, so let me just keep talking. All right, so basically just know you and what you know yourself, what you stand for, and then be able to accept your parents' views as well, and find a way to, avoid conflicts and create that boundary, the healthy boundaries for you and them. And in the end, don't forget to, you know keep love in your heart for them, because you're probably a parent, and if you're not yet a parent, you may be someday, and then you would probably understand that this same thing that you're experiencing with your parents, it might be your turn further down the line, where your kids have grown, they've grown up, and they've evolved, you've trained them. We are actually always praying that our kids evolve past us and they do better than we do. But sometimes that better that we are hoping for might be something we do not actually recognize, and it might be something we find it that we would find difficult to accept. So because if you have not experienced better, how do you actually know that when it shows up, maybe in the form of your children and what they are doing during their own generation, how do you know that it's going to go down well with you? So just have that in mind while dealing with your own parents. Know that you are training your kids and you're working so hard to raise your kids the right way, and then one day they just come with all these big ideas and you're like, what? So that can happen. So keep an open mind and with your own kids as they grow up, and also be very tolerant of your parents as they tackle some of your own mindsets which seem kind of just strange to them. So basically learn to know what triggers you concerning this matter. Like, learn to identify the triggers, and I always say that by the time you identify your triggers on any matter, the challenge is half solved. So when you identify your trigger, every time it shows up, you always have that that split second to decide how you want to respond, instead of just being triggered and just reacting just anyhow. You always have that space to compose yourself. This thing has happened and you're like, okay, so how am I going to handle this? So ask yourself that question, and then do accordingly. If you have identified a trigger, chances are that you've also done the work, all this inner work. You've also done the work to tell yourself how you choose to respond to those triggers. So as it applies, like, inner work applies to everything, right? So this work is not just the work that you do when it comes to having conflicts with some of your parents' ideas. It's just the work you do generally, because when you go out there, your colleagues, your neighbors, your your friends, your lover, your partner, there might be some parts of your interactions that would not really, you people would not really be on the same page. So when you do the work and you identify all these things, you'll be able to control your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and your response to whatever it is that comes forward. So I hope you take the time to do the inner work. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share with as many people as possible. If you would like to work with me as a life coach, you can send me an email at drrunkelawa@gmail.com. I am always available to help out, and we can have one-on-one sessions, or you could just ask me about the packages that I have available, and I'll be really, really happy to serve you. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye.